Good morning and welcome to another round of morning musings with Amelia and Dodona Coaching. I am Amelia, your hostess, and we are here this morning to tap into the universal knowledge and find out what it has to say to us today about going for our big dreams. We will be using Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebel Oracle deck and as that conduit. And what do I mean by big dreams? I mean the dreams that you secret away inside, right? Those things that you like, oh, I could never do that, but man, I really want to do that. And that's not, things that kind of light you up on the inside, but you worry about what other people have to say and what other people, let me move this a little, there we go, that's a little better, what other people, have said that you can or cannot do. And so you keep yourself in that box. And no, we want to take you out of the box. We want you to be able to step out and explore those interests that you have. And, and actually go for them and create a life that screams you. Like, who are you? And how do you show up in the world? How do you want to show up in the world? So I'm shuffling the cards here. And, good morning, Lala13. Very good to see you here. Awesome. Glad you made it. So we're shuffling cards right now. And if you've been following me, then you know that I wait for 3 times till the tower card comes up. So until then, I will be babbling. What is your dream? I'd love to know. What is one thing that you've been wanting to go for and have in your life that is a little scary or is a little out of the box? That'd be interesting to know. All right, so let's close our eyes. Deep breath. And ask the universe, what is it that you want us to hear? And that's 2 cards on top, so maybe this next one will be the time. Yep, that's the card. Awesome, wonderful. Okay, we've got it. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So we're going to read from the little book what that message is for us today. If I can find it. And one more. Okay, here we go. Awesome. All right, in, breath in. Dear Sacred Rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. To access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think you are crazy for doing so. You have to leave behind the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you be safe in this wild electrical pulse of so much aliveness? How will you function without the hazy, sleep inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long, and placing lesser priorities above your sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you do not hold on to fear? You do not need to worry about such things. Life is wild, but it is also wise. It is a force of startling, raw awakening at times, but it is also the natural process of evolution where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You are a part of, not apart from, that process. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you are in the hold of the darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine it's all too much, and to create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough, that you are being too flighty or flaky, or that you are not living in the real world. That is fear talking, not truth. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, we will continue to live in a culture drenched in fear. Excuse me, my alarm going off for some reason. There we go. Okay, let's go back to this. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, we will continue to live in a culture drenched in fear and distrust of nature. Those without awakened hearts don't yet understand what nature knows. She knows timing. She knows life and death. She knows the creative process. She just knows, and can be trusted to support us, her own creations, in becoming all that we can become. Does this mean that we become passive and just flow along like limp leaf? Can't talk today. Does this mean that we become passive and just flow along like a limp leaf detached from the tree and blown about randomly by the breeze? No. Being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have by following up on them. This is painting like someone who has lost their mind, completely free and from the heart. It means writing even though you have no conscious idea of what you are writing, even as the words are streaming forth upon the page before your rather curious eyes. And it means speaking about your work, never hiding it away. Allow it to breathe the fresh air and be held in the gaze of another. Detach from the darkness that would say it is not enough or must be the best thing ever, whatever that means, in order to be worthy of a place in the world. Instead, just let it be what is. It might fly, it might endure, and it might not. All of nature, including you and your precious or your passions and dreams, will be what is needed, when it is needed, and how it is needed, according to wisdom. We just have to trust in this within ourselves and within nature herself through the flow of life and participate. You are asked to go within and imagine diving deep off the edge of what you have known. There is so much more calling you now. It is your time. Leap. Yes, yes. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Oh, yes. All right. So now let's do the healing process here. So quiet down, be still, get your feet on the ground. Some breaths. Feel the energy of Mother Earth coming up from below. Open your crown. Let the energy start flowing in from above and that wonderful sacred knowledge. And maybe put your hand on your heart. One more deep breath. And say, I accept the author of life so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. You may now like to take an actual jump for joy to finish your healing process. You have something within, a dream that was gifted to you by the universe itself. Back when you were first born, when you first came into this world, it went, this is your dream. This is your spark. That is your divine spark. And it creates the impetus to be interested in other things, in the things that you're interested in. It may be crazy and weird and different from your family or friends, but it's yours. And that's what you bring to the world. And by allowing yourself to actually explore those dreams is holding that darkness at bay, right? Being at cause within yourself. Taking the steps to start bringing that light forth and shining it as brightly as possible. Yeah, yeah, la la, yes, LA la, beautiful. Yes, absolutely beautiful. So go forth. Take one little, even if it's just a tiny, itty bitty, mini micro baby step forward towards that thing that is calling you. And it could just be a hobby. It could be something bigger. It could turn into a business. Who knows what it will be? But you're the rock. You're the tiny little pebble that in that clear pool that's going to start with one step. And that will ripple outwards around you, shifting things. And be prepared for that. Shifting things sometimes it shifts things, right? It shifts things. So, yeah, be at cause. Relax the hold of darkness. Be at cause. Great message for today. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching these. And if you've been enjoying these, please hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah. So that you know when happened. And the little bell thingy. I'm still absolutely la la, LA la la. Can you have an oracle card? Sure, why not? Let's do that. That's new. All right, let me shuffle the deck and tap into you. Let's see. That's a fun request. Thank you. Um, let's tap in to LA Law 13. And what does she need to hear today? What does she need to hear today? Just tapping in. And let's see what the cards bring. Uh, I'm glad you asked. Thank you. So, LA Laws 13's Big Dreams. What does she need to hear? And we're shuffling and we're shuffling. Okay. Cards are kind of sticky this morning. And let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, 3 cards on top. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, new birth guarded vigilantly. New birth guarded vigilantly. Sounds like something new's coming your way, LA Law. That's kind of fun and interesting. Let's go here. And so tapping into LA Law. Okay, this one's for you. In every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the foal learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. Within you, perhaps even below the level of your conscious awareness, there is fresh new life emerging, like a vibrant green shoot rising up from the earth. This new life is in need of your attention and your care. This could be a new relationship that needs tending with interest and kindness. It could be a new idea that you need to nurture into fullness because it's going to hold special purpose for your life path. It might be something within you, a new behavior, a new way of looking at yourself, or a new way of being in the world that you need to tend to until it becomes more natural for you to embody. This is most significantly so if you have also drawn the Oracle of Defend to the End, the worthwhile. If you feel drawn to do so, you may read the guidance for that card now. Drawing either or both of these cards alerts you to the fact that the idea you are currently nurturing or soon will is of great importance to your life path. Pay appropriate respect to the messages of those cards, and you will reap great spiritual benefit and emotional well-being. If you have also drawn the Oracle of She Feels, She Knows, or feel intuitively guided to read the message for that card also, then the importance will be far-reaching and long-term in its influence. You must pay attention to the new life emerging for you now, or that you will soon sense. You must not be careless and think it doesn't matter. It matters greatly. Being careless now is akin to killing off the idea before it has a chance to grow strong enough to withstand the criticism, jealousy, or sabotage by dark consciousness in others or yourself. We don't have to be frightened of destructive energy. It exists in nature and in us and is a part of life. We do, however, need to be intelligent to its potential power and stay centered in our heart and in our wisdom to avoid its ill effect upon that which we are nurturing into life. You will not always need to cloak that which is young. Soon enough, it will be able to stand up for itself. But for now, your vigilance and care is most certainly required. Hug your ideas to yourself as though they were a new lover you cannot bear to share with another. In time, the world will be the lover receiving the love in your idea. For now, it is for you to love, for you to hold, and for you to observe. Only allow those proven to be trustworthy to support you in this. Those who can handle the frequency or vibration of what you're seeking to nurture. Some may love you, but be frightened of what you are creating. Stay true to yourself and your creative power, and be wise as to whom you invite into your inner sanctum to witness this new life emerging. This oracle also brings particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place you visit, your own body into which you retreat in relaxation or meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have taken up residence in your sanctuary. Perhaps an argument that you cannot let go of has another living in your head. A suffering that has not been acknowledged and released can feel like big old dirty suitcase of emotional baggage cluttering up the temple space in your heart. It is time to focus on the purity, light, love, and compassion that dwells within you. Everything else will come and go, and that is just fine. But the purity within your sanctuary is eternal. You can come back to it to refresh your spirit and gain resources to help you deal with the rest of the world and even your own darker moments anew. It will give you the peace and spaciousness of mind you need to recognize the new life and to compassionately but firmly denounce any intrusion upon that new life by doubt, fear, or sabotage. All right, let's do the healing process for this. Absolutely, LA Law, absolutely. You are more than welcome. So let's do the healing process on this. So get your feet on the ground, sit comfortably in your chair, connecting to Mother Earth, coming up, opening up to the universe, coming down, and breathe. Close your eyes and relax. Focus on your breath for several moments. Imagine the external world fading away and allow yourself to step into your heart as though within you there is a silent, vast, open space. That space within is peaceful. Sense, see, or feel that deep within that space, a tender young shoot is rising out of the earth. With tremendous courage and focus, it has summoned the energy to crack through the seed that once contained its life force. And it is reaching directly up toward the light, boldly determined to become a full, mature plant. Imagine that you are joyfully, lovingly, and consciously standing guard over that shoot. From a loving, aware, and strong space, you firmly move on any big muddy boots that would step on it, or any devouring insects that look rather interested in that tasty young morsel. You do this easily and effectively whilst remaining centered in your heart. And around you, and you, excuse me, around you and the chute are many beings of unconditional love. These may be ancestors, spiritual guides, beings of light, or angelic beings. You may sense darkness rise and fall around you, and the circle of light created by your love and the beings supporting you to protect this tender young shoot. You can notice that rise and fall of darkness whilst remaining calm, centered, and detached in your heart as you focus your love on the young plant. Watch it respond and grow strong. All is well. You may whisper to it, "You are safe, and you will grow strong and thrive through unconditional love." So be it. In your own time, open your eyes and you have completed your healing process. At any time, you can return to repeat this process, especially if you ever feel anxiety or fear about your new life being able to sustain itself and become strong. There is no need for worry. Just treat such feelings as an intuitive sign that this healing process will be helpful for you, and repeat it. You can do it daily for a few weeks if you are going through a particularly vulnerable period in your life. It will never do you any harm. It will only ever support you. Nice. Sounds like you've got some exciting things coming up. And guard that. Guard that. Find the people that can surround you and support you in that dream. The people that have no agenda for you other than you make the right choices for you, that you create the life that's correct for you, that's in alignment with you and that divine light. I'm excited to hear about what's going on when you're ready to open up. That ought to be fun. I'm kind of excited for you. And also, it talks about the darkness coming in, the things trying to, I'm going to try and smush you, the big boots and things like that. I like to call those shift storms, because when you shift, a storm gets created, kind of, because you're doing something differently, and know that that's on purpose. I like to use the example of if you shift your furniture around in your house, you might bump your knee a few times because you're used to one path, but the bumping of the knee reminds you of like, oh, no, I've shifted that. It's the same kind of thing with life. If you start to shift something, that shifts the world around you, and things will come up and to be dealt with, to be cleared out, to be, it's all in service of whatever it is that you're shifting to. So, yay! Thank you very much, LA Law, for liking the channel. And I like the vibe. Yay, I like your vibe too. Glad you're here. So awesome. Appreciate you. Go have a wonderful day. Be at cause. Tenderly connect with and defend that new light that's coming up within you. And yes. With that, I'm going to leave you to it. So just remember to keep your eyes on the horizon, your hands on your wheel, and your foot on the gas, baby. Let's go do this, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.